when I first started comedy, I wrote a joke about Emmett Till, and I'll tell you the joke. The joke is
now you want to tell me?
sure.
Not this week.
What better time do we have?
Not this week. Today's guest is Kasaun Wilson. First of all, how you doing? Let me get into how you doing. What's going on? It's been a rough week, and hopefully we can bring some laughs to your day, maybe to your future week, I guess. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you're going through, but I hope you're voting. If you're in one of those states, I hope you're voting. And I think today is the day. So I don't know why I'm telling you. I don't understand. I know it may have been, I took a week off. Today's guest, funny dude, Kasaun Wilson. He's been on True TV. He's been on BET, I want to say. We'll talk more about his credits later. Let's get into the interview. We'll talk more about his credits later. Let's talk to my boy, Kasaun Wilson.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is that different?
Yeah, it's a little cleaner.
Yep. Well, there you go. You're right.
There you go.
Good call, man. You're good at this.
It's my job, man.
I hear you.
What's been up?
Well, craziness. Picked a great time to be in LA, downtown LA at that.
Why is that?
Because
what's going on over there? Like, what's the?
You don't hear the helicopters in the background? Armageddon over here. No,
I can imagine.
There are. So all right. So I live. It's Union Station. So just imagine it's an apartment by Union Station.
Okay. And
the cops are meeting at Union Station before they go to kill civilians.
Yeah.
Not really kill civilians, but this is essentially, so like the whole day has been like helicopters and just tanks coming by and just like, it's been crazy. We're on a curfew. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah. DC is a lot of the same going on in DC. I mean, I'm not in DC, but I see it.
You're in Virginia, right?
I'm in Virginia, dog.
Get over that bridge, dog.
Hey, if I don't have a reason to go to DC, so they ain't got no comedy going on, so
I get it.
I ain't gotta go, man. But even if I did, bro, I couldn't imagine, man.
It's wild, bro.
They got curfews going on now. It's a little taste, white people. It's a little taste.
This is just pre-trial rioting.
Right.
This is the stretch.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If this is yoga, we haven't even started yet. We're literally warming up our bodies.
This the beginning right here, and then they're gonna see how many people I think they're gonna stretch it. They're killing black people, so I think they're gonna see how far they can go with white people. Meaning, they're not gonna kill them off bat. They're gonna start just shooting them with rubber bullets, and then them shits is gonna get real soon.
Yo, I don't know if you've been watching. Are you good? I've been watching like the protests because we actually just passed it.
Mm-hmm.
So they closed our curfew yesterday was 5, but we thought it was 6. We thought it was 6. They sent a text message at like 4:30, like curfew's been changed to 5.
Damn.
So we tried to run to the grocery store real quick. The grocery store was like, nope, we got to be out and home.
They got to be home. Right.
Yeah, they got to close at like 4.
Right.
So we went to the grocery store today, not knowing that there was another protest downtown. So we're pulling up to the grocery store, and no lie, when we pull up, the employees looking at us like, you better Y'all know where we, because our favorite grocery store is downtown. So they're like,
right.
this is your last, like, hurry up. So
Yeah.
we ran and got our stuff, and we're going down this street, and the whole protest is coming this way and coming across. So we're like trying to speed to beat the protest. We get home, turn the TV on, and cops already, like, we passing, like, literally we're going this way and tanks are just coming this way.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yo, this is not even America. Like, it was so surreal, bro. It's nasty.
No.
It's nasty out here.
Well, let me, I did an intro already, but if you don't know, this is my guy, Kasaun, DC native, comedian, actor, all around funny ass dude. Did True TV together. We'll talk about that experience, what that changed for you, if anything, and what it did. Well, I know one thing it did. It made your ass move to LA right after, because you was gone after that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or was the plan already set in motion?
We can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk. Like now? Is this the show?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah, I don't really do like an informal, not when we're together. I just kind of do like a quick little thing.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So, yeah, but we also want to talk, like, I want to get to, we were supposed to do like a writing thing, but I think I got one idea. I had a few, I forgot them. Maybe I'll remember them while we talk or whatever, but I forgot.
Oh, it's all good.
We can talk about some.
We'll be here for a while.
Yeah. Because we don't have a chance though. That's the thing. We don't have a chance to work out ideas. Are you doing Zoom shows, anything?
Yeah, I've been I was like well, I shouldn't say protesting. That's such a word now. But
yeah, I know.
I was hesitant to do Zoom shows at first, but
why is that?
Just because it's the feel is different.
It is.
It's a completely different feel.
Yeah.
But then I just started feeling like those old comedians who like, I'm not doing no social media. You can find me on stage.
I know.
I was like, yo, what is this? What if this is just a wave?
This is, yeah. Dog.
Like, MySpace, ill.
Yeah. So I was thinking of that. And even when we go back, you've done a few, right?
I've done 7 so far.
What is, like, would you say live is here, and where is Zoom set in that?
In terms of what though?
Like how good it is. Live show is up here. Where is Zoom show? Is it like down here, or to you?
I mean, I think it'd be like this, because you just can't replace.
You can't replace live.
A live show. It's like,
no,
like you can't replace being at a live basket, like seeing LeBron live is incredible. Like you can't replace that.
Not at all.
But I will say it's a different skill set, which
it
I
didn't
know that I was gonna. Like I feel like people who are creative, think outside the box, and are dedicated to clean, precise writing do really well.
They can, yeah.
People who are rigid and rely on performance maybe have a hard time, because it's hard to translate like, what's up?
Yeah, it's hard to get that energy through a computer. Yeah.
Hold on, I saw you turn your video off. Like it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a different skill set. It's like the same as people being like, yo, do you prefer stand-up or playing in movies? It's like it's a different, you're stretching different muscles there. And performing on Zoom stretches muscles that I didn't even know that it would, but it really is different.
Yeah.
But it is fun. Like it's actually kind of cool being at home and not having to like dress up.
Yep.
It's like the mask is kind of off. I'm at home.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do certain quality things with lighting and stuff. Like I got my lights and stuff in the back. You can do some cool stuff, but it's kind of cool, like watching people like laugh and crack up laughing on their couch.
On their couch, yep.
that's cool to me. Now, I mean, I look forward to when people buy tickets and come and make a big event out of it. But watching like somebody's mom in the background, like listening and laughing in the background while they cooking, it's like that's kind of cool to me.
Yeah,
it's not something I wouldn't. If I had a choice, I would go back to the club.
Of course. I mean,
but I've grown to enjoy it.
Of course. I mean, but what I thought, because I kind of did a little protest too at the beginning, and then I did. I think I watched a few, and I was like, "Yo, this ain't that bad." I mean, it's a challenge. It's a different kind of challenge, but it's really not that bad. And then I did like 2 or 3 of them, and I was like, okay, all you really have to do, the writing, yes, like to me, you have to stay on their necks a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be an overdrive.
You got to be, and it depends on the audience too. Like some people you have to like go after. And all the Zoom shows have been different. I've seen some where they have the whole audience like on the page.
Yeah.
And your ass in the middle telling jokes. And then I've seen some where it's just you. And that to me, like I want to see some people and maybe hear them too, but it's like you said, it's just like a new way of doing it. Do you think they're going to continue though?
Absolutely.
I think they're going to continue after we start going back. I think they might do both. I don't see why they wouldn't.
It's a much more cost-effective stream of content.
Dog.
If you're only charging $5,
right,
then Ramin doesn't have to make a post.
Exactly. I mean, they could probably make their money back faster. Like, I think this opens up an entirely new way of like sold out show up, but not online. So go here, pay $5 instead of $10, or just take $5 off because the experience ain't as good. But they do the live show, sold out, and then they do the show here.
I mean, what if, and this is crazy, but what if a really popular comedian does a one-night show at the Improv and tickets sell out so fast that he goes, you know what? I'm going to do a 3-camera shoot pay-per-view.
Dog. If it was like, I don't see how they would say no to that. They would really have to, like I try to think about stuff like that too, because I'm not the smartest person. That to me is a win-win for everybody.
But here's the deal. I'm not talking about the club. I'm talking about the comedian themselves.
Oh, see, but I think that's what a lot of clubs were worried about, is because now there is no venue to go to. There is no brick and mortar. You're at your house. I'm in front of my camera on the computer. Here's the show. If I can do that, the comedy club is dead. So the difference is, I think they have the audience, like they have the people that have been to the club. If you got the people already, who needs the club?
See, but here's the deal. You have the people, but it works out business. All right, so think about it like this. You get drinks and food.
Right.
We split the door. But if I'm putting people in the seats and you're making drinks and food, at the end of the day, like, I'm waiting on a percentage of the tickets to go out. Like, anybody who comes, they have to get it. It's a minimum. You're going to make your money regardless.
Right.
But if I have enough control to say, all right, I get a percentage of the door, but my cameras are coming in.
Right.
We're going to sync up the audio.
Mm-hmm.
And pay-per-view comes through me. That has nothing to do with the club. The club is literally just a venue for a pay-per-view event.
True.
And you can go, and that could be anywhere in the world. And think about the people who have amazingly popular podcasts. Like people like Kill Tony. He does weekends at clubs, and then that Sunday he puts out a podcast in that city.
Yeah.
What if he made that a Patreon thing where he does the city gets the shows,
Right.
but the world gets the podcast?
Right. That's insane. Bro, this thing, what I have right now is I have a DSLR hooked up. That's why I look cleaner.
I've been trying to figure out how to get my camera to connect to the computer.
It doesn't. See, that's the thing is you need like a special, it's called a capture card. And that's what I have for mine. So it takes the feed and it makes it, so they just did some extra shit to make it harder for people to connect their DSLR to
I'm like,
the
why can't I
computer.
just use this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just the USB. You need like you need an actual, it's a little box that I have that I plug it into and I take the feed out. It's USB, which is funny. It takes a USB feed out and it plugs into the, it's just like a middleman for bullshit. So
how many of my kids' college funds do I have to waste for this?
It's only $100. It was only $100.
That's it?
Yeah, some of them are 100. The one I got was like 99. Some of them are 4. Like, it depends on what you want to do. I think a lot of gamers have those shits, those $400 ones.
Yeah.
And but it's all you need. I got a laptop right here.
Yeah.
I'm recording on, and I have the audio. I have a mic plugged into like a little mixer.
Yeah.
So this is the setup, really. I need, if you had 3 cameras though, and this is the other part, this is where I get like really nerdy. There's a, like, if you take a video switcher, you take all 3 cameras, put them through that switcher, and then you can take the feed from the switcher, plug it into the capture card. This is so nerdy. Nobody's listening to this shit. But take the feed from the switcher, run that through the capture card, and send that signal to the computer, and then you can switch back and forth.
Oh.
And so what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. The setup is real easy, but you need certain things. The switcher was $900. I have one.
Yeah.
So, because I was gonna do that, and now I probably will definitely do it.
This is such a unique time that even after things get back to normal, you'll still be able to, if you wanted to host at my desk with Tim Miller, like people will be down for it because this content stream is open. Like, people are used to going online to be entertained.
Yeah.
And staying
even more so.
Yeah. So it's doable, bro. This is like, dog, this is content, and this is inside baseball, but it is content heavy right now. I mean, and if you want to put some stuff out, just put it out and let's see what happens, bro. I think I might start doing this every day. I'm gonna go into hitting up some people. I mean, I love talking to you. I like talking to Russ. I like talking to Martin. Just talk to people. Just holler at them. I mean, you are so the show this weekend, or the show this week actually, is with the DC Improv. That's the what's it called? Overachiever show. Yeah. I don't know. Great time to be the only Black person on the show. Got a lot of explaining to do.
No, that bothers me sometimes when I'm on a show and I'm on. This is like Black comedian, like one-on-one. Anytime you're on the show, you're the only Black dude, you're gonna get that initial laugh, because all you're gonna do is say, like, so really just one, and in the audience you'll get that initial. Yeah. But sometimes, man, they'll put me on show and they'll have the blackest comedian go right before me, and I'm like, he stole my Black energy right there. I can't.
I got all the things,
all the shit. So I got to talk about having a daughter, and I got to talk about dating white girls before I can get stand out from this shit. Damn. Who else is on the show with you this week?
I'm not sure. I haven't even looked. I just it's been a wild week.
You just know they ain't Black.
I know Benji. I know Benji's on the show.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I'm excited about it. I love Benji.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the flyer since he said. I looked at it one time, but yeah, there had to be someone in the country who was like excited to be the only Black dude on the show, and then he turned on the TV and saw Rodney King. He was like, "Dang,
God damn it!"
have to scrap my whole set.
Damn.
That's how comedians think. That's the worst. Yep. That's the hardest part about being a comedian is not the hardest, but it's like the world is being burned down and we're like, I don't have any material for this.
Right.
I'm going to have to say something.
Because you really got to sit and think. It's hard to take it in. Like, it's hard to take it in and then, like, go into the comedy mind, think through jokes.
To get to an end that makes sense.
Right.
It's like,
and it's funny.
I know how I feel.
Right.
Until it's a born baby, there's nothing I can't.
It's got to hit you too.
You can't crowd work racism.
Yeah. Do you like when you come up with jokes? Actually, we could just go into jokes now because, like jokes hit me. Like, how do you come up with material? Do you ask yourself what's funny? Like, do you try to force it, or does it just my jokes hit me sometimes?
But
But
my entire point was that we always talk about the people who overcame in Black history, but we ignore the suffering in the retelling of the story.
Right.
That was my actual personal sentiment. And I wrote a story that actually happened because a teacher did come against the school's wishes and started teaching on Emmett Till.
Oh, okay.
Consent, like off the Black History Month curriculum.
Right.
I was the only kid in the class who knew who Emmett Till was. In the joke, I didn't know either, but I do know in real life.
Right.
But the point was that there were kids who had no idea that Emmett Till existed, which was one of the greatest turn points in the civil rights movement.
Right.
So to your point, I always try to start off with what I think is real, and then I think what's funny reveals itself, at least for me.
Okay.
Which is why, unfortunately, I have to work harder to write jokes that aren't 20 minutes long each, because I'm just writing things that I think are real, and cutting them into a concise joke that works is harder for me because I'm just writing what I actually believe. And when you're trying to write punchlines, what you believe needs to be more concise than a stream of consciousness that goes on forever.
Right. I mean, you start with the funny, like in stand-up, and then you go into like the skill, building the skill of becoming a good stand-up comedian. So a lot of newer comics, they're either like super funny, but green, like they don't know how to, it's like like if you just get a gun, like it's dangerous, you just don't know how to use it yet.
Yeah.
But you have a weapon on you, right?
Yeah.
But of course you get better at, so I felt you when you said you come up with an idea and it takes you time to like take out all of this stuff and dwindle it down to the funny, but still somewhat poignant, concise, basically, like trying to come up with the idea that you had without compromising for the funny.
You can't, it's being married to the intent and not the content. Like I just be married to my initial idea versus being like, yo, those two lines do not serve that joke well. You can cut that. That's not, it's important to you, but it's not important to the telling of the joke.
Yeah.
And that's the part, even now, like even have done it as long as I have, I think 10 years in December is still something I'm doing, which I have a question for you. So I guess on the same topic. So
go ahead.
If you had to produce and write and perform a stand-up special called The Life of Tim Miller, what would you write about?
I would write about my time. I would write about my evolution. So I would start at Waco, Texas, where I was born. Mm-hmm. and then I would go through my time in the Army, talk about my time at the White House, and then I would talk about starting comedy a month after I got out of the Army. And
are there parts about your life that matter to you but you don't think are funny?
I would say there's parts of my life that are funnier, but I think I can make all of it funny. It would just take time. To your earlier point of, writing and editing out certain things.
Yeah.
I haven't really taken the time to do that for certain parts of my life.
Same here.
I don't talk about my time at the White House much. I don't talk about being from Waco much. I talk about dating because, that's always funny. I talk about my whoever I'm dating at the moment, my girlfriend. I talk about my daughter because I feel like those things, I farm from that easier for funny.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of comedians don't get. Like, I should be more into talking about where I'm from, talking about who I am, things like that.
Yeah.
What was this something that you've had to do recently, this exercise, or was it just something you were thinking about because you were thinking about writing something for yourself?
I mean, both.
Okay.
I think, I do a show every year at Howard where essentially I just challenge myself to write deeper about my life.
Okay.
Which it's not something I wanted to do or tried to do, but it was something that completely different from what I was doing in comedy clubs, where I was just talking about my actual life and just trying to figure out how I actually feel without thinking what's funny about it. Because that's what I aspire to do, which I don't think that has to be everybody's goal, but I do want to, like, when I was writing about not having my dad in my life, I didn't want to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be funny. I want you to laugh, but I don't want it to be funny, if that makes any sense at all.
I do. I get it. Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
I'll say what I was gonna, because when you say that to me is, so we all have friends that are, my grandmother would, we would go to church and then we would come back to my grandmother's house and me and my cousin would start playing cards. Like, we would start playing spades. Two, one-on-one. Like, the worst way to play spades ever. But
I didn't even know you could do that.
You can't. It's ridiculous. But my grandmother, my grandmother would watch us, like, while she's cooking, and she would curse us out, right? This is right after church. Curse us out. Y'all in there gambling, all that shit in there. Y'all need to go up in there and get to that Bible. We told y'all we had been to church, like, she'll say, the pastor will say, like, pull out a hymn. Mind you, this is my grandfather's church. And
she's the first lady?
She's the first lady, right. They had 7 members, right? 7 members. And we were 2 of them, right? So they bring us to church. And so if you didn't know, like, if you know how they say, let's do they didn't have no choir. We were the choir, right? So everybody would sing, and we had those hymn books. So we had to look through, and she would be mad that it took us so long to find the song. It's at the cross. It's page 54. It's at the cross. Y'all done did this before now. She would bring that up while she's cussing us out about the cards, right? So my mother will come pick me up because she would be at work. That's why I had to go to church with my grandmother. She would be at work. My mother would come pick me up, and my grandmother would start in on me again, telling my mom about me. You need to teach your son, stop doing all that damn. And my mother would laugh her ass off.
Yeah.
Because she said that I said, Mom, why is that so funny to you? Your grandmother is so funny when she's mad. She wasn't trying to be funny. She was just talking about me and my cousin. And my mother would be, I don't know if it was because she was tired or whatever, but she just said she's so funny when she's cursing. I don't know if it's because she's not supposed to be cursing or what, but so I get that when you said like it's funny, but it's not supposed to be. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
like an energy thing. It's like I can't explain it.
I've had people tell me like doing whole jokes about my childhood and stuff. I've had people say that they've laughed and cried within the same joke.
Yeah.
That to me is like, that's the best compliment you can get. I'd rather hear that than hear that you killed. Because it just, it means that you felt everything that I felt.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's different for everybody. Like,
yeah,
there are parts about life that are just not funny.
Yeah.
But they can make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having the skill set to write a great joke is like, for instance, when Chappelle, like Sticks and Stones, which is you know, a great special that everybody references, but
yeah,
when he says the joke like, "'Cause you're not gay," he was like, "Well, Renee, I'm not a nigga either."
Yeah,
and it was just such a moment of clarity where it's not a punch tag like not the big science, but it's that's I Have a Dream to me.
Yeah.
That's like the moment that everybody's like concise thought. Now, mind you, he put it together with the skill set, but like when you talk about that story of your mom, I can see it. Like I want to see it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a joke that it's like we're so creative. I don't want to be too deep. I'm sorry. I feel like I should be like, but
tell us what's on your heart, brother.
Right, yeah, all right. I got Kirk Franklin and Fran Hedman verses going on in the background.
Dog, I was going to ask you about that. Okay, I'm glad you reminded me. Go ahead.
But it's like we're so creative that even if it doesn't, if you have ideas that you know are special, they may not come through that avenue. Everything may not be a joke, but you could take that story may be a movie. It could be a short. It could be, you know, I think sometimes we be thinking as stand-up comedians so much that we let stories that aren't jokes go to waste.
Yeah.
And it's like, that could be a TV show. It could be, I want to see that.
It could really be anything because, we have to create, I think because funny is such a hard thing that we have to think of things, we have to do so much self-evaluation that we just grab all kinds of ideas. Like I talk to my friends and I have ridiculous ideas. But just like you said, some of them are tweets, some of them are for IG, some of them are for, you know, just different platforms. Everything can't be stand-up. But for us, I think that's the first thing that we take it to is the stage. And some of that shit don't need to be on stage, man. That's
just tweet it and get it out the way. Like that's not
tweet it, man.
Not a premise. It is a tweet. Let it go.
I had a joke, and it was, I don't even know what the joke is. I just thought it was funny. So I was watching these two boxers. They had like, you know how they always do commercials, this person against this person.
Yeah.
And it was two women, but I was gonna try to say it was two dudes, just so I didn't get in trouble. But of course I still got in trouble. But it was two women, and I looked at them and I was like, oh, I know who's gonna win, because I want to have sex with this one. So the one that I want to have sex with, the other one is going to win. That's not even, I don't even know how but that's just the thought that I had, right?
Yeah.
I took it to the stage. And when I tell you that it bombed, so.
But what did you say? How did it start?
The joke was, and this is how I was going to flip it. I just tell that part of the story And before I can even get to the second part, which is supposed to be the joke, it's not, the audience didn't even like me enough to let me get to the second part.
Yeah.
But the second part is, it's not because they're women. It's because I'm not supposed to want to have sex with a violent person. I'm supposed to fear you. And I do this with men too. I was going to say that to try to get myself out of it. Trust me, I did it that one time. But once again, it's a thought that I had, and the first place I took it was the stage. That could be a skit.
A sketch.
That's a sketch. That's not a joke. That's not a stand-up joke. Now, I think once you start to get better at stand-up, you can make things that you couldn't make funny like younger. You can make those funny later, I think.
Yeah, when you said that, I thought of a joke that I've never told. If it works better for you, you can tell it. But I thought, like, isn't it messed up that the currency for people's life trauma?
Hold up. Are those your police or are those my police?
I mean, do we?
I don't know. I don't know who. It's yours? Okay. House. Okay.
So if we need to wrap this up, thank you for having me on your program.
No, I'm just, I don't know who's police. I'm just wondering if it's outside my window, if you can hear it over there.
No, it's definitely me.
It's yours.
I have said a lot of things on social media that I'm sure people may know.
Oh, shit. I don't think they're fucking with people for social media. I think it's more the people that are out there in the streets, like,
no, the last time they was protesting in Ferguson, a lot of people ended up in the trunk.
Damn. All right, well.
Dang,
like out for me.
All right, here we go.
I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry to cut you up.
No. It's definitely the police, though. I told you they'd be meeting outside Union Station. So I said, isn't it terrible that the currency for a homeless person's worst trauma is $1? Like, regardless of how bad your life has been, the max, like the salary cap for what I'll give you for your own trauma is $1. And it's the, I don't want to say hypocrisy, but it's the weird nature of our world where we get to decide who deserves it. Like, who are we to choose? Which made me think of your joke, because maybe you can write something that is not divisive to introduce something that is a little more edgy.
Maybe.
Because the idea that I wrote this joke because this guy was like, I'm broken and I lost everything. I was in the war. My family left me. And I was like, dang, I really feel bad. And I was like, I'm going to get this to $1. And I was like, how terrible is that? That, like, out of all of this, man.
That's funny.
40 years of brokenness and
right
is what I have for him. It's like,
that's funny. Like, he's telling you all this stuff. And in your mind, you're like, you know what? You deserve $1. Your wife left you? Did she leave you for your best friend? Damn. How long ago was it? 5 years. You know what, man? Let me reach in my pocket for the least amount of foldable paper money that I can give you. Here you go, brother.
Let me give you enough to get a McChicken if you were able to convince someone else to give you 29 more cents.
Yeah. Is it $1.29? Damn.
At least you had a family. I can't even give it everybody.
Dog, giving somebody $1 is rude as shit, because they can't even get anything. Taxes. It's not 99 cents. It's $1.29. Damn. Oh my gosh.
He's like, I can't get nothing with this. You're like, at least you had a family. That's
dog. I mean,
what am I supposed to break over my life savings for you? Like, what?
You start shaming him. Dwell on the past, nigga. That's all you got. Your future is terrible. Let me tell you. You better keep that past on lock.
So,
word about.
If that's something you can use, you can have
that's
it.
That's yours. What do you mean? That's your joke.
I don't know what to do with it.
That's funny as shit.
It definitely goes along with this idea that, like,
why should I choose?
We feel the right to choose when we don't know. Like, what do we know?
Yeah.
You know nothing about boxing. You just know when you look at them, the one that looks cuter That's the one.
The one I want to fuck is not that. I can't, like, that's not a feasible way to choose a winner. I don't want to have sex with Cyborg. I don't want to, that's terrifying. She terrifies me.
I'm going with the one that looks like Foreman.
Right. I'm going. What else you been working on? Because I know you've been, well, okay, the situation, you're married,
yeah,
and you live with your wife.
Ideally, yeah.
Ideally, and
it's usually how it works.
Say what?
I said it's usually how it works.
Well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's pretty good.
I say usually.
But do you, like, are you guys like together all the time because of COVID-19? Like, are y'all always near each other?
23 hours out of the day.
Damn.
But we thoroughly enjoy each other's company, so it has actually been a lot more pleasant.
You get a good mix. You have a good, like, you stay over there, I stay over here for a little bit, or do you do like and then back together and then away and then back together? Or?
Well, so my wife is the head of operations for an entire school district.
Ah, okay.
So she's in the house, but we don't really talk to each other until
she's working.
Yeah. Trying to decide what 27 schools are supposed to be doing when they didn't plan to do this.
I know. Zoom.
I mean, okay. But
well.
But I mean, generally
not tomorrow, but
she's working like 12, 14 hours a day. So
damn. Okay, so
she's off, then we actually spend a good amount of time together, and then she's going to sleep to get ready for the next day. So that part has been healthy. It's not like we're like sitting under each other and not wishing that we could be out of each other's shadow. Like, it's actually pretty healthy balance here.
Yeah, I think that's the real way to go. So, because some people are clingy and some people get like needy and all that shit, and now is not the time for clingy.
Now, like, I will say this: we live in LA. My wife is homesick because her nieces and nephews are small and she can't see them. So that's the only part that's like, there are a few episodes of MasterChef and Married at First Sight that I do watch to make up for that. But other than that, no, I feel for the people who are not satisfied with who they're quarantined with.
I know, man. I was thinking of that. This shit has really pushed some relationships, man. Because that's like the big thing is like some people just coast, like you coast on a feeling. Yeah. And you go, in the back of your mind, you go, I know this person ain't the one.
Yeah.
And hopefully, and I guarantee you, like, a lot of people were like, I mean, I guess we can quarantine together. Why not? And then after a good 2 weeks, and they go, nigga, I mean,
I didn't know I was quarantining a disease and a civil war.
Oh my God. This
was the wrong time to settle in life.
Oh man. Never, dog. This right here teaches you never settle. The person that you need to be with, find them, dog. Don't play around.
Listen.
Stop settling, man. That is hilarious.
It's real.
Are y'all watching a lot of shows together, or are y'all kind of once again?
So before all of this happened, yes. This has dominated our consumption.
Yeah.
We've kind of backed up because it's depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Being woke is depressing.
Yeah.
Like, man, I want to go to sleep. I don't want to be woke today.
Yeah.
I'm going to scroll through it, but it sure would be nice to just laugh. So I'll tell you what we've been doing.
Nothing.
We've been watching, we discovered a YouTube series that used to be on TV called Paternity Court. It's a sister, her name is
Maury?
No.
Isn't that Maury?
This is much better than Maury.
Maury Povich?
No.
Okay. It's better than Maury. How is that? Because they cuss each other out and they don't bleep them out? They don't.
it's a sister who's the judge. So
oh Lord.
It's not like Maury coming out and like trying to incite the crowd. It's the judge. It's like essentially a black woman's commentary on how much you've messed up.
Damn.
Which is it's quite, because Maury's like, so you did what? And the whole crowd's like, whoa. But she's like, are you stupid? Are you a hoe? What's wrong with you? It's like, wow, that's what I would have said. Thank you. So we've been binge watching Paternity Court, which is, and then we watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentary.
Oh, I've been trying to watch it, man. I watch a little bit of it and then leave, like go outside for a walk, man.
It's a sad time for your soul when you need child molestation to get your mind off of racism. It's like,
no.
Why is this my go-to? Why do I need this to rest my soul? This is
dog.
Not good.
I've scrolled past that shit and I was like, all right, Jerry Seinfeld special, man. Fuck it. And I scrolled back through it and then I watched Jerry Seinfeld's old special. Like I've been trying to avoid it, man. I watched that documentary about the media. Have you watched that one?
Trial by Media?
Yeah, man.
That was great.
But that's depressing too. That's like a lot of those documentaries were about other times when police brutality or like just random white people killed black people.
But you know why you can't? I love documentaries.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
You
say you love documentaries?
I love documentaries. It's like probably my favorite thing to watch. If I could watch anything, I would watch documentaries all day long.
They are good, man. They are really good. They get you into something that you would never really, you wouldn't care about usually.
At all. Like the Last Dance, the Jordan documentary. That was great.
But that's Jordan though. That's Jordan though. We knew everybody was going to be watching that one.
Yeah.
But that one was good though. Don't get me wrong.
But you can't make a documentary based on life. There has to be some sensationalism for you to enjoy it. Like you can't make a documentary about a guy who he's like, I loved my life and I lived it the right way, and then I died. Like,
right.
You will watch an hour of that and then be like, why? What?
You know what though? I doubt that there's anybody out there that was just born, lived an entire life, and then died, and there's like nothing happened. I think that's how interesting, depending on how it's shot, a good documentary about that one person, I guarantee you would watch that.
I don't.
Go ahead. Sorry.
If someone had to make a documentary about my life, I would watch it and be surprised at the things that they thought was interesting enough to make a documentary about. Because I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's the hard part, I think. I think making documentaries, sometimes those people start with an idea of what it should be about, and in shooting, it turns out completely different.
Yeah.
But
I would watch a documentary.
I mean, thank you, brother.
Because you just skip over decades. You're like, yeah, I would talk about, if I had to do a special, I would talk about growing up in Waco and then being at the White House. I'm like, nigga, it's a lot of years in between that.
Oh, I guess my time in the Army, I would talk about that too.
That's still like 20 years. It's like 18 years in between that.
People, yeah,
Did anything happened to you when you were 10? Were you 10 at any point in your life?
Yeah, but it wasn't. No, my life. To me, the shit is like, yeah, I was 10 and I had big teeth and everybody talked about my big teeth and my, I don't know. I didn't get bullied a lot. I didn't get, I have some confidence from nowhere. I don't know where it came from. But it's got me this far.
Always had it?
No. Maybe in the last, after I moved to DC, after I got the job, I think mostly after I started doing comedy, but it just started building. Once I got plucked out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to come to DC to go to the White House, I was like, I'm special.
Yeah.
And then going through that time, and then, just little things just kind of fed my ego a little bit. So I just try to be in the middle. I try to have the confidence, but not, exude myself on anybody. Or what's it called? When you try to make your presence felt. I don't know how to explain it, but I see people doing it all the time, like posturing. I see a lot of people doing that shit, and I'm like, why are you acting? You must be in pain somewhere. Like, why are you acting like this?
If you
be
rob
important,
a bank,
be cool.
If you rob a bank tomorrow, I think we have enough to work with.
I gotta do something. I gotta do something illegal before people.
If we could just. I mean, I want you to live forever, but I'm just saying, as is, if you just get a good ending, I think
we good.
There's enough to work with there.
I got to get COVID. That's the only other thing that can happen. I got to get COVID now. Shit, I talked about having kidney disease. I talked about having cancer. That's why I did that's what the joke came from for True TV is the checks that they had to do. It was like some really rare cancer. And
really?
Yeah. And they did the checks, and it wasn't like they were looking for breast cancer though, because I had lumps here, but I didn't have breast cancer. It was a different kind of cancer, but
dang,
that was almost the end. Not really, but it was like I had some time, and we caught it like right at the beginning.
That was when Rodman came to the Bulls.
No. Oh, I see what you mean. Like the tip of the story. So we got to have a Vegas story then. Like we got to have a Jordan going to get Rodman in Vegas story. Dang. My mixed daughter, maybe? I don't know.
That'll be it. That's Rodman. That's Rodman and Carmen Electra. That works out.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
I think we're on to something here.
I got to get a film crew first. What's funny, I probably shouldn't say this. I am working on a documentary about myself, though.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm doing. All right, this is kind of the first time I'm mentioning it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to put it out, but basically, the story is I go out in DC. The story is DC has grown so much in comedy that I literally did. I said, how many sets can I do in a night? And it was 6.
Dang.
So, but it's just open mics though.
I mean,
Andrew Schultz did something like this, but he did like real shows in New York. And then another guy did like the record amount of open mics or record amount of shows in one night. He did like 23, 25, something crazy.
That's just to prove a point.
I mean, if you can do it, he hit the world record. But for me, I just wanted to talk about what's going on in my mind between each show and figuring out how to get the audience either involved or what to do to win them over. Shit. Give me just a second.
You got it.
But basically figure out what to do to win them over. And, I just don't know when I'm going to put it out yet. I still haven't figured it out. But yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that.
That's fire. What's your comedy birthday?
August 15th. Oh, maybe. That's a good idea. But that's a long time from now, though. I can do all kind of shit between now and then.
I mean, you could promote it.
I could, yeah.
June. It's like
I know.
We're not going anywhere. Like
I know, man. I know. And people are still going to be home, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
If they lift the ban tomorrow,
yeah.
My wife. She did not sign a release form.
She didn't like it.
I want to be on camera at all.
Don't put me on camera. I don't want to hear that.
I was telling them we were watching Paternity Court.
Oh, that's
That's our favorite.
We need people's brokenness to distract us from
to
our
keep
own.
y'all happy. Yeah, y'all need people's misery to keep y'all happy.
Legit.
It is funny to laugh at other people's pain, though.
You have to these days. Somebody got to laugh somehow.
I know. So what's something new you're working on right now, joke wise?
All right. So there's a bunch of stuff, but I'll go through one. So I feel like there are pre-COVID, pre-protest jokes. Because now that I have ideas for jokes in this climate, it just feels weird to want to talk about it because I don't want to talk about anything other than that what's going on. But I do have something that I've been working on. So I was writing this joke about the relationship between Jewish people and Black people.
Okay. This is pre?
This is definitely pre.
Okay.
I've been writing this for weeks. And so the joke goes, I have a Jewish friend named Rick, and there's parts about the Jewish community that I never ever knew. I didn't know that being a Jew was a superpower. Like I didn't that it was such a superpower. I remember talking to my friend Rick one day and telling him something about being Black, and he answered with a comment that I haven't written yet. But I go to tell him like that's racist, and he says, "How can you say I'm racist? You must be mistaken. I'm a Jew from Poland."
Right.
And I was flabbergasted. I didn't even know Black people could. I didn't know that was a possibility to even do. Like I didn't know you could just use your religion to get out of social commentary. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's something that I wish Black people could do.
Right.
I wish we could do that. Like if the police pulled us over, like get out the car, nigga, and I'm like, nigga, you must be mistaken, officer. I'm a Baptist from Jersey.
Right.
And so I wrote that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to think of a analogy or a picture to sort of sum it all up. And from that picture, I got this one image that I can't get out of my head. And now I've been writing a joke about it, but I'm trying to piece it all together so that it makes sense through and through. So I got this idea of racial dodgeball. And how the country seems like it is a two-sided dodgeball game between white people and people of color. And before the game starts, in the game of dodgeball, all the balls are in the middle, and people are waiting for the gun to go off so everybody can run and get their balls. And this is all to just discuss how Jewish people see themselves in the society. I asked Rick, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So there's an actual guy named Rick who I talked to about this, just to hear his opinion on how Jewish people relate in modern America. Mm-hmm. So I said, if it were a dodgeball game, where would Jewish people find themselves? And he said either under the bleachers. What he said was in the attic, but I can't say that. That's not a joke for me to tell. I was like, nope. So I said, what else would be the equivalent? And he said under the bleachers. And he explained that while that Jewish people don't, when someone says they're Jewish, they're not saying that they are practicing the religion of Judaism, that they relate.
Race.
Right. They're literally saying it.
It's also like Black isn't a religion. Jewish is a race and a religion. So I think Judaism is, the religion.
Which is correct, which is right.
Right, but you didn't know that, or you didn't know?
I did not know. I didn't know when I thought when someone said that they were Jewish.
Yeah.
I thought that when I grew up, we had a Jewish guy who lived on the street, but we didn't say that's the Jewish guy down the street. We're like, that's the white guy down the street. He was just the white guy on the block. The fact that he was Jewish we didn't consider the idea of like putting him into a box. He was just the white guy down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I just been working on this idea of dodgeball and how it fits into the frame of our society.
That's a pre-COVID, but that's definitely a sketch. You can just tell by how long it is that's definitely a sketch. It's also funny. The whole story is funny. If you can put more jokes in the thing with the attic, that's a definite punch.
Yeah.
And if you're just telling the story of how you didn't know that Jewish and Judaism were two different things, that's a funny story.
Yeah.
But all of that is funny to me. But the attic, I love the attic thing. Just the response, like, oh, they'd be in the attic. Like, I can't say that. I can't. Like they'd be laughing right now. You just talk over them.
Yeah.
I see that happen in my mind.
So in my mind, when the dodgeball game starts, if the analogy works out correctly, the gun goes off, and for some reason, Black people or people of color are distracted from their opportunity to go and grab all the balls that they can. By the time they look up, the white side has grabbed all the balls except for two, and we grab what we can get, and that is rhythm and seasoning.
Right.
And those are the only two balls that we have to start with, but we're gonna make it work. And as soon as the game starts, we look up and somebody on our side is already hit.
It makes that noise too. That dodgeball no.
Yeah. And we looked to see what they got hit with, and it was the N-word. The ball was the N-word.
Right.
And we're all right, cool. They hit us with it, but at least we got it now.
No, that's a funny sketch. Like, they're saying the stuff as they throw the ball. And also, you have to say what they're distracted by.
I know. I just don't know what that is yet.
What we're distracted by is how we are going to play the game. So if they're lining up to play dodgeball, so if they're starting to play, right? If they're starting, a person of color says something, a white person says something, and they go back and forth a little bit, all you hear is like a whistle. I mean, you can record this at like an old gym. You hear a whistle, and then they're on the line, right? They're standing against the wall. And the people of color are, like, there's a referee, and he's getting ready to blow the whistle, and the people of color are talking about each other. Look at your shoes. Are you gonna wear this to the game? This is what you're wearing to the game? All right, everybody, I'm about to blow the whistle. What are we supposed to, so are we supposed to run up and get the balls? Like, they can't just hand us the balls? Like, why we gotta go? All right, guys, here we go. And of course, all the white people are ready to go.
Yeah.
They blow the whistle, and then they come and get the balls, and that's how we only end up with two.
Yeah. What nationality do you see the referee being?
Asian, or who's usually neutral?
Is there such thing as racially neutral?
I don't think so. I just think that usually when Asians get it, it's from both sides. And I think at some point they should get it. Like, the referee should get hit in the face by one of the balls from the white side, though. just because.
It's just an American Indian.
Yes, native. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Thank you. But it's
the challenge definitely is getting it on stage. But the sketch, I think, if you write it out, that's a funny sketch.
dope. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like you said, like I think so many ideas that we don't know how are gonna make it to the stage are just like sketchy. Like there's no way that I have no idea how Clayton Bigsby would have been a joke.
Right.
But it's a genius sketch.
Yeah.
Like the nigger family, great sketch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
you get like 2 or 3 lines, I think, and then you kind of have to, in Color Bar, you kind of have to do like a.
That's our. They put a they put that
LA.
Amber. They put that Amber Alert sound to let us know when
on
it's
your
time.
phone.
That's the curfew.
Damn.
Oh yeah, they let you know like time to go in the house. If you out, we can arrest you. They arrested everybody yesterday.
Shit.
Yo, we're on punishment.
Yeah, y'all are grounded.
We're on American punishment.
Yeah, y'all are grounded. It's messed up because y'all got whoopings too. God, y'all got grounded and a whooping. Jeez.
And a stern talking to on Twitter.
Y'all gonna go home without dinner and everything. Oh my gosh.
Trump made us go home before the streetlights came on.
Oh, yeah.
He's worse than mama.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they got us on a real curfew, bro.
You got anything else? Like quick or?
No, I think that's it. I mean, it's
that's the only one?
Well, I don't want to dominate with jokes I've been writing.
Oh, okay. All right. I got one. So my girlfriend was white, or for this joke, my girlfriend was white, and my super militant friends are like, brother, they those white women, you got to watch them. They might be trying to fetishize you as a black man. And I'm like, I know there's no way that my girlfriend is fetishizing me. We had sex twice in a month. I'm not a fetish. I'm in a loving relationship. Twice in a month is completely normal for any relationship. So I think we're okay.
I like it.
All right.
So I'll tell you what I love about that joke. I love the first line, my girlfriend was white. Because it leaves you the room to say, what is she now?
Right. In your head.
My girlfriend was white. Because it's not my ex-girlfriend.
Right.
Which it could have been an easier transition.
It is.
My ex-girlfriend was white. But to leave a small question mark to say, my girlfriend was white.
I like the question marks.
She could be black now. She could be dead.
Right.
But she was white.
I love the question marks.
Yeah, that can leave you a lot of room.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that you can't have a complex every other week.
Right. That's at least every night, or I'm saying at least once a week. It's got to be like a chain and a whip, and there's got to be a slave master scenario at least once a week for it to be a fetish.
Who fantasizes about like, ooh, I can't wait to get this Mandingo the Tuesday after next.
Yeah.
Like that's like that's a ridiculous thing to have to schedule. Right.
And who doesn't want to be fetishized? Like I don't understand why I got to watch out for that, Never mind she's got a whip and she might, I might get hung, or she has family or whatever that might come and kill me at some point, take over my body or whatever. No. She might want me for too much sex. That's what they want me to worry about.
like, be careful, brother. She's gonna want to make love to you all night. It's like, and
dog, I don't understand why that. Yeah, man, she gonna like love that shit. She gonna love it, man. I'm okay with that.
What's the
okay?
What would be the opposite of that though?
It's just a weird thing to worry about, I thought. As opposed to being like, hey, you know, make your lady happy, or be in a relationship where you two care about each other. This person was worried about whether or not, not only was it like, not me. Don't get me wrong. I understand why being fetishized is kind of strange. It's but I mostly I see it like I see in movies women getting fetishized, like for being like overweight or like a certain race by white guys. But I'm a dude. So
I don't think white women in Oklahoma have a fetish. I don't think they dream at night of watching a black man telework.
Right.
Like,
it's
at
not,
least if you're gonna fantasize, you fantasize about like LeBron or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or like a Kevin Hart or somebody.
Yeah, somebody. But you know what though?
You don't fantasize about a black man making an Excel spreadsheet.
No, they fantasize. You know what they fantasize about? A black man, a gangster. They fantasize about like the hood and shit like that.
Right. Oh, I love a black man who has his taxes in order.
Yeah.
Like,
tell me about your life. Did your baby mama like kick you out the house? Ooh, like that right there. That would be a problem.
So maybe your fetish is a white woman who's never had a black man fetish before, because now everything you do is so impressive. Like,
you mean that's a very nice way of saying, Tim, you don't do hood shit, dog.
But that's the point.
But I do, but I don't. Not the popular hood shit. I don't do that. But I got a baby mama. She's white, but she's white and we get along. That ain't hood.
I'm stereotype adjacent.
Yeah. I've tried to break the stereotypes. That might be funny. I've tried to break the stereotypes. I went to, me and my baby mom get along so well, I went to Disney World with her and my new girlfriend. No joke. I wish I could show you a picture.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we went to Disney World last year.
Wait, what?
All four of us.
Y'all all knew y'all were going?
Yeah, we went together. We traveled together, everything. But we didn't. My daughter stayed with her mom in their room. Me and my girlfriend stayed in my room, and then we would go out to, I don't know if you've been to Disney World, but they have different parks. We went to the Magic Kingdom first day, Animal Kingdom the second day, and then I think we took a day off and went to Epcot. But yeah, we all went together. Well, that might be funny.
That's a great angle to have. The idea that you don't break stereotypes, you just bend them.
Yeah, like I can't get into them.
You just bend them ever so softly. Like
as hard as I try. Can't break stereotypes.
But you're just like stretching the stereotype out of shape. Like it's not.
Oh, you just kind of gave me a new idea. Thanks.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay. What you got?
That's incredible. I would love to hear more ways that you just bend stereotypes. Let's see. All right, so I've been working on this joke about the Olympics Which
Where did that come from?
all right, so I'll tell you exactly where it came from.
Okay.
I was watching a documentary on Netflix called World War II in Color.
Okay.
And they were just talking about, I started off with a documentary about Jesse Owens because I was just curious to learn more. And then I started reading up on the 36 Olympics.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, snap. I didn't realize, I guess I realized, but I never put together that the 36 Olympics were so close to World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let me read up. Let me at least watch the World War II doc and see if I can learn what the parallels were. And
it was in Berlin.
The whole entire thing was.
Hitler was there.
It was an initiative on his part to essentially
show his superiority.
A false image. While not only was he preparing a militia that he wasn't supposed to based on World War I,
right,
but it was to prove that the Aryan race was superior.
Yeah.
But that's just with the athletes. Within the whole concept of like the Olympic, like where the athletes stay and how beautiful Germany was. They were trying to sell that Germany was like this beautiful oasis of life when secretly they were preparing to like take over other places.
Right.
That was like genius. It's like stuff that I didn't know Hitler started. Like Hitler started the lighting of the Olympic torch. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's Hitler's idea. We still do it.
Yeah.
We're still doing Hitler things.
It's like taking a little shit that he actually, can we keep that? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
So I wrote a joke when I was writing it.
That's funny. That's funny. The fact that all his hatred and he's like, he came up with this beautiful ceremony. Yes, we will destroy. Can we have them run up and show their love for the Olympics with? Yes,
Hitler just comes up with all these great ideas. Like, it's like I should come up with a new program called Soul Train. Like everything is just.
This shit is beautiful. Did he come up with everybody wearing those stupid ass, like whatever their country's suit is, and meeting in the park and like walking in that circle? Did he come up with that shit?
He came up with the leaderboard, like the actual leaderboard to show which countries are ahead in gold medals.
Okay.
Stuff they show on the screen now.
Right.
That was his idea, so that the whole time there could be reminders to the whole world that the Aryan race was superior.
Right.
And then Jesse Owens essentially came and destroyed it.
Jesse Owens was like, huh? Watch out.
And he was 22. Like, don't get me started. Like, it was just a fascinating.
His
like,
shoes didn't fit
at all.
At all. It's crazy.
So I wrote this joke about the Olympics that I don't even understand why we still do the Olympics. Based on what I saw and consumed from World War II, like, I don't understand how you can go to war with a country and then compete in gymnastics. Like, I understand if this is like a friendly competition amongst allies, but we've gone to legitimate war. Like I
don't like you.
I've dropped atomic bombs on your people, and now we're playing pickup basketball. Like, that's ridiculous to me. Like, whose idea was it to drop a militia on a country and then tell them, and we can swim faster than you too?
And how does that not end up in fistfights like everywhere they go? Like, it's swimming. No, it's boxing. Oh, it's shot put. No, it's boxing. No, we fighting. Everywhere we go, we fight.
I just shot a cannon at you 6 months ago, and then I'm like,
nigga, I'm not. we ain't throwing this. I'm throwing a spear at your face, fam. This javelin is.
Like, you don't have a shootout with the Crips and the Bloods, and then they play tic-tac-toe.
Yeah,
like, it's just that's not how it works.
You don't play spades after that shit. You don't play. They trying to play spades, dog. They trying get your best two. We gonna get our best two. We gonna play dominoes, nigga.
He shot my cousin, cuz let's thumb wrestle. Like,
no,
it's quite backwards.
We ain't playing pencil break, nigga. We ain't playing table football while they talking. You killed my cousin. Put your fingers up, nigga.
Give me some loose leaf paper, cuz.
Y'all don't know how to fold. Hey, we gonna use regulation folded paper footballs, nigga. That's funny, man. They're not going. They go on to war. Who do we go to war with, and then go to the Olympics with, and look at side-eyed like,
Go your boy.
You see your boy? That ain't my boy. That's your boy.
I like that last week when I was killing you, son.
Yeah, I like that line. Like we bomb you and we can swim faster.
Just because I was looking up Olympic competitions, and none of them are tough. It's like gymnastics, skiing, basketball, boxing is probably the only like real.
That's the only one, yeah.
Everything else is all like who
combat.
cares about gymnastics? Like
fencing.
I mean, is it?
Don't they do taekwondo too, though? They do all kind of other stuff too.
But let me ask you this though: have you ever seen an international taekwondo bout?
No, they don't even air them shits. That dude, I can't remember what country he was from, but he had he didn't have a shirt on, toga or something like that. And he was taekwondo champ. Didn't see the fight.
The only time
talked about him with his shirt off.
The only time I see Olympic boxing matches is in documentaries. I've never seen one live.
I know. Every now and then they'll show. See, it's those off times when they show. Black people only watch like 5 things. We watch basketball, we watch track and field, and summer Olympics. We watch 5 damn things. My dad would watch figure skating, but he was a creep. But
what?
Yeah. I think we watched gymnastics because Biles was in it, and my daughter wanted to see it.
Oh yeah.
But that's all we watch. Some of that other stuff they'll have, you might be bored. You might watch. I mean, it's the summertime. That's why they do that, I think. Some of that stuff, there was one where the dude, they would shoot something. There was like 5 different things.
Okay.
They would ride a bike. They had a gun, like not even like a real gun. It's like a BB gun or something on their back. And then they take that off, get into prone position and shoot a target. And then they got to get up and go run a thing. And then they run around in a circle. And then whoever wins that's just made up shit. Y'all just made that up.
It sounds like the plot of American Gladiators.
Dog, it sounds like people go, you can't swim, you can't play basketball, you can't run track. All right, well, do this. Do all of this shit. Do 5 things. Basketball players do 1 thing. That's how you know you suck at sports, where you got to do 5 to compete. Like, you got to do 5 or 6. You imagine training for 5 damn things? You'll lose your mind. You don't have a social life.
You got to do the hokey pokey of sports just to make it, just to compete.
Did I beat them? No, you were off by a fraction of a second.
I just see like some guy in training for this competition who's like, none of these skill sets match.
Dog,
like, none of my training is consistent.
Yeah.
What exercises? Why am I doing these exercises?
What talent did you discover as a young boy? You know, when you're playing basketball, like when you're playing sports, like I could jump and I was fast, right? And I was like, okay, basketball it is, right? What's the talent that you discover that you go, you know what? I can do the bicycle shot, BB gun, run track thing. I can do that. What the fuck?
The thing about football players is you identify them at an early age in people.
Yes.
What do you have to do? Is this some kid like learning how to ride a bike for the first time and his dad is like, this kid is on to something?
Dog, you need to learn how to shoot a BB gun. Look, this is called This is called a daisy. All you do, floop, 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 floop. He's just waiting there with a BB gun after he saw him ride a bike. You know this is next.
If you can dedicate yourself to 16-hour-a-day trainings for the next 19 years, you can shoot BB guns with the best. You
might be able to win a gold medal at the ripe old age of 38. That's how old all of them. There was no young people doing that shit. They were all like, that's how you know your sport is terrible, is when this is her third Olympic third. That's 12 years. You can still do this shit and win.
Yo, they are to other Olympic athletes what punters and lawn snappers are to
yes.
football. Yeah. They're like, you're on the team, but we're not sprinting together.
Bruh, you 45 years old. Hey, just put me out when they kicking, man. That's all you got to do. I just run out there to kick, man.
You know your daddy played with Adrian Peterson, right? Like, what you do, daddy?
What?
Someone.
It's you and your son playing.
I used to be out on the field 6 times a year. Oh man!
All right, man. Tell them where they can find you, man.
That BB gun thing, I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the night. That's funny to me. Man, find me online, social media at The Life of KAY. That's The Life of KAY. Check out my website, thelifeofkay.com, and please check out my podcast, The Life of, anywhere where podcasts are.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
you gotta do my podcast, man.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta holler, man.
We're gonna talk about all that time you left out in your life when you was 10.
I know. Okay, right quick though. So did you see the Fred Hammond?
Of course.
Kirk Franklin. What did you think?
It was incredible. As somebody who grew up in church their whole life, that's my Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is literally Jay-Z and Nas to me.
Yeah.
So it was encouraging and very, very timely because everything with George Floyd it was
perfect.
Godly timing. It was the exact hope that was needed at the time. And it may not be a note to a lot of people, but it was definitely a note to me that the thing about Kirk and Fred that is different than what a lot of people may think about gospel artists is that they are very aware of the times. Like Kirk Franklin is super transparent about his struggles, about he's talked about everything from sex to depression to racism. So I think it was really cool for a lot of people to see that people who are that connected to God can be really connected to the world as well. Because a lot of people think that there's a difference between the two, and it really isn't. We're people who are serious about, or I don't say serious about their faith, but people who identify themselves as Christians or churchgoers or anything of that nature can still be a part in the world and see what the world's going through and have belief systems and have questions and conversations and can be wrong and can be right and can be informed and can inquire and evolve.
Yeah.
And I think those were two great examples of that, along with all of the hope that they gave that I think people in the church and outside the church needed.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was Kirk dancing with his wife.
Oh.
That was just the best part, just because it had nothing to do with the song at all.
He just wanted to be out there with his wife.
He just wanted to have a good time with his wife, and the beat. It's a black truth that if the beat is good, it doesn't really matter. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
It was just it's black love. Mm-hmm. It was just a really good time, and it was good music. That was probably my favorite moment. And Tamala Mann came on and sang "Take Me to the King." You know, even thugs know Kirk Franklin.
Yeah,
like hardcore thugs.
I mean, Kirk Franklin been around forever, dog. Silver and gold. I sing because come on. Someone asked a question.
Come on now.
Oh man, you can't, dog. That's what I grew up on. if we had to, this wasn't supposed to be one of those like, oh, it's a real battle. The versuses to me haven't been like that.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe one or two. The one with Manny Fresh and Scott Storch.
Yeah.
That one, that was like, oh, they don't like each other. Well,
Yeah.
Manny Fresh don't like him either way.
Yeah.
But this one, this didn't seem like that. The one with Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, that didn't seem like they were against each other. And
everybody's like complimenting each other, and
yeah, that's not. Yeah,
it was love. And I will say this. Let me know, because you probably see more. It was the best sounding one too.
It was something about. See, I think what they made them do is be together, because they've had a couple where they were in different places, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And they say, look, y'all, if y'all can be together, be together. Stop trying to be on this stream. Something happens when one person is there and the other person dials in, or they try to get the other person to come in there. Their signal comes in like half, or comes in weaker. So the one with Jagged Edge and 112, Jagged Edge was jacked up. The one with Teddy Riley and Babyface, Teddy Riley's was messed up.
Teddy Riley became a verb. Teddy Riley became a verb. Now it's like, oh, here you go. Here go Teddy Riley.
Yeah, it's sad. That brother invented New Jack Swing, and that's the only thing he's going to be remembered for is that goatee, that fuzzy-ass goatee, and that dancing dude. Yeah, what you want with this? This here's the battle, baby. We can't even see you, brother. We can't hear you. You sound like garbage. And
question: if two comedians had to do a versus bit for bit, who would you have?
Bit for bit?
Like they had to go one bit for bit in a versus.
And they've tried this a couple times. Tony, what's his Deion Cole went against Kevin Hart was doing it too. I think there's a few people trying to do it, but I don't think they're taking the time. It's different with comedy. They're going at each other. They're doing like the dozens. They're going back and forth. That's like any hood game that we used to play when we were younger, or anytime we get around other comics. But
I don't mean like the dozens.
Tony Roberts, but you mean jokes, joke for joke.
I mean literally, I'm playing a joke from one of my specials. You play a joke from one of your specials.
That's kind of what I would want to see, actually. Who has a lot of specials? White, black, don't matter?
Don't matter.
Jerry Seinfeld and Chris Rock. Because I think they both have a good amount of specials. Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock.
I want to see Rock and Chappelle.
Rock and Chappelle. You think Chappelle can go? You know what? I think that would be a tight one.
Because you're only doing 20. It's just 10 and then 10.
Yeah. And then you just play the audio. Mm-hmm. Maybe the audio and video from. Damn. Yeah, but I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. That would be good. But Kevin Hart was trying to go against Afion, and I don't know why do we always feel like we have to, for lack of a better, why do we feel like we always have to high side on each other? Well, we always have to put each other down. I don't understand why that has to be the thing.
Yeah, I'm
like people were getting mad that Erykah Badu and Jill Scott were so nice to each other. Like, this ain't no battle. They like each other.
Right. What we watching for?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Why are you getting upset about that? It's so strange. But my favorite part of the verses with Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin was Marvin Sapp.
I didn't see that part.
Ooh, you got to see it, man. You got to see it. He comes out, and they did. I guess they did a song together, and you can see in the chat, people are like, Never would have made it. I want to hear never would have made it. Everybody was, Tony Baker was in there. Never would have made it, man. And he steps off camera and Kirk Franklin pulls him right back on camera and said, come on back over here. And he, he has that keyboard right there. Go ahead and they told me to bring you out here. You know what for? And then he starts playing and you never would. Man. Throw it up.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I also want to do another versus where comics who've been doing stand-up for 10 years or less have to play their worst bombs, and we vote on which one was actually worse.
So we can make that happen. 10 years or less? Dog, it don't have to be 10 years or less. It can be, you know what I'm talking? I'm not talking about like a set that you do. No, I'm talking about bomb. Dog.
Yo, why are you so excited right now?
That's a good idea, yo. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna challenge somebody. I challenge you. I have done more for comedy. I bombed like this. This is how bad I bombed. And I'm still doing comedy. Dog, that's a good idea.
I just want to be there when it happens.
Dog, that's a good idea. I'm gonna find somebody that bombed worse than me, or almost as bad. Do we have to watch it? Do you think we have to watch it, or can the person just explain what happened?
Yeah,
you just gotta watch it.
Even if they just explain.
Dog, I would never want to see that bomb again. I got to record it, man. I got booed off stage. It is awful. Let me tell you, bro, it changed the whole show. Everybody left. 1,100 people left the show.
1,100?
Yes, that's how bad I bombed, bro. It was bad. And then I'm not the headliner. The headliner comes up after me. Dog. I think I got it. I think I got the worst bomb.
Yo,
that's what we call it, the worst bomb.
We got to do that. Worst shows, worst bomb. We could do a versus.
Yeah, we could do like an episode. We'll do like 2 or 3 people.
Let's do it.
We'll have them talk about it.
I'm 100% down.
I'll put it together. I'll see who's around and see who's available. First of all, they have to have videotape of it. They have to have it recorded somewhere.
I have a couple.
I got that one.
I got a couple.
Dog. It's bad, man.
I'd rather be booed than complete silence.
Yeah, booed is much better.
Yeah, I have some complete silence.
Yeah, you want them to be angry at you. Like, Don't be indifferent. I want you to have some emotion. Love me or hate me. Don't be in the middle like, you tried, you did just, no, hate me.
Yeah, yeah. At least I can know.
And they did.
Yo, worst bomb versus, we're doing it.
Let's do it.
Boom. Done and done.
All right, everybody. This is Kasaun Wilson. We'll get at you later, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. All right, I'll do like a little closing or whatever after that. Did you have anything else? Any more new ones?
Not right now. I'll probably, if we do this again, I'll have some stuff next time.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You got to get back to life in LA.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oddly enough, my mom lost contact with her brother's children.
Oh no. Okay.
And they found her on Facebook, so now I have to set up a Zoom for them to meet for the first time. I can't make this up, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go set up a Zoom for them to meet.
All right, man. I appreciate you doing this.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Work on them things. Okay, I'll talk at you.
You got it.
Yeah. That was Kasaun. We always have fun talking to each other, man. Just having a good time, just talking that shit. Check him out at Life of K on IG, Life of K on Facebook, I think. And, check me out too. Tim Miller Comedy actually, I changed my IG. It is the Tim D. Miller on IG. Just a little something different, nothing for you to worry about. I think we're going to put the show together. I think we're going to put together the Greatest Bomb Show. And we're just going to have comedians talk about the time that they bombed the worst. I got to figure out how to do it, but I think I can make it happen. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.